nature's best, Bobtail.
Welcome back to your Feel Good Breakfast Show Espresso here on SABC3. I'm joined by Dr. Jimmy Simmons, who's a veterinarian and also a phytotherapist for animals. Can you believe it? We spoke to a phytotherapist for humans a bit earlier on. We were talking just earlier on about all the different things that you do. Just quickly give us a breakdown. What do you do?
I studied veterinary medicine and then went on to study acupuncture for animals. And that led me into Chinese medicine, which is predominantly herbal medicine.
Yeah?
So, and that really grabbed me. I loved what I found out there and spent quite a few years studying, and studying continues actually in herbal medicine. Mm-hmm. And now I practice as a veterinarian, but I integrate those therapies alongside it.
Yeah.
We refer to it generally as integrated medicine or integrated veterinary medicine.
Acupuncture even on top of that as well. We actually have a call right now. And you have something you'd like to say. Good morning. Ooh, righty then. We just lost Anne right there. Let's carry on with our interview. So how did you get into your interest with herbal medicine for animals?
I suppose the main force, the driving force, was a bit of a frustration with our conventional training, as great as it is, and as wonderful as it is when it's required. There's some areas of medicine where it's not that strong. For instance, old animals or really chronic diseases, long-term recurrent diseases.
Yeah.
And I was looking for solutions, looking for ways to help the animals I was caring for. And acupuncture initially gave me a tool to help animals that were particularly painful and arthritic. And when I saw that that worked, and then I was very much more prepared to explore the other things. And herbal medicine, with its long tradition and its massive evidence base,
yeah,
is a mine of new tools, new remedies for animals that we haven't really begun to explore yet.
Yeah. Now, Dr. Tammy was telling us about how each treatment that's offered to an individual is as individual and as unique to them.
Yeah.
Is the same thing when it comes to animals, in that the treatments you put together, you know, you look at the dog's symptoms and, you know, what it is wrong with them, and then you prescribe?
Yes. So the plants give you that opportunity to individualize the prescription, the treatment, to that individual. Yeah. And not only their presenting complaints, their actual problem, but also things like their temperament or their personality, things that are going on the mental level, and things that are happening in their relationships can also be addressed.
So you're saying if your dog is, like we said earlier on human depression, if your dog is unhappy or depressed,
yeah,
this could actually help them?
Yeah. So the idea is that well-being or happiness, in a simpler sense, is the goal of animals as well as people. Yeah. And if you lose that, if you forget that somewhere along the line, then within herbal medicine is a lot of wisdom about how to regain that.
Wow. Okay, so we got another call on the line. Magda, good morning.
Good morning. I just want to know, my doggy is a diabetic, and if there's any herbs that I can give her to help her. She is on insulin at the moment.
Hello, Magda.
Yes.
Magda, there are some herbs that can play a useful role. Diabetes is a very serious, potentially very serious disease, so it's not something that we can discuss over the air in simple terms. But what I would suggest you do is that you get hold of your veterinarian and make sure that the diabetes is being controlled from a conventional perspective. It's important that the insulin is used and that the disease is well controlled. And then approach a veterinarian who's got some expertise in herbal medicine to talk you through adding various herbs to the diet that can reduce the need for insulin over time. And that goes along hand in hand with altering the diet so that the diet is not contributing to the diabetic picture.
There you go, Magda. I hope that answer
so
was
much.
helpful.
Thank you so much.
And just a quick last question. I mean, I was referring to the example of seeing my dogs eating grass. So does this mean that because they understand themselves better and they know how to medicate themselves, if you have a beautiful garden and your dog, you know, chews your chrysanthemums, whatever flowers they are, you should just allow them to go?
Well, there's two sides to that. There's certainly are plants that are toxic, and owners need to be made more aware of those. Mm-hmm. But a vast majority of plants out there in the environment are therapeutic to a greater or lesser extent, either acting as food or acting as tonics to the various organ systems. Yeah. And we encourage people who have animals to grow gardens. We call them happy animal gardens. So gardens where not only the domestic animals have an enriched environment, but also the wildlife is supported.
Okay, so next time we'll talk about happy animal gardens. Dr. Jimmy, thank you very, very much. We'll have details of how you can get a hold of him on our website, expressoshow.com. Right now, time for your news.
SABC3.